No problem. I'm doing great. We qualified to TI. I'm really happy and excited for what's to come. Yeah, that's true. And it's great. Like it's the dream for every Dota player to make it to TI and hopefully win it. So that's the part I'm working on right now. Yeah, I mean it was a good decision to put this team together. I think like we had some struggles during the DPC when like we needed to beat both Quincy Crew and EG to qualify for a major. Like it was hard, but I think overall it was worth it, right? Because right now we play the TI qualifiers and there was no EG and no Quincy Crew, so it was like it was probably like one of the easiest qualifiers, but it's also like I think we all as a team like we put so much work, like the whole 6 months from when we begin, we're like really working hard and it paid off in the end. So I'm really happy for that. After we lost, I think everybody needed like a week to relax and reset and stuff like that. It's like always hard to lose, but the good news was that there was always like a light at the end of the tunnel. It was always TI, but like even after the first major loss, we had the second major. So yeah, we always try to look forward and always try to like focus on what's to come. And yeah, so even though we lost both the qualifiers, we knew that we're a strong team, and like what really matters is TI. I think that the majors, like even in like prize pool and prestige and stuff like that, it's like, you know, it's like if you win TI, it's like winning, I don't know, like 20 majors or something like that. So we know that like what really counts is TI. So as long as we practice for TI, it's like it's all good. Obviously, it's like better to go to a major and play all the teams there. I think you can learn much more by doing that. But despite that, we never gave up and just, you know, we stick together. Well, I think first of all, like we're kinda new team. Both Quincy Crew and EG are like mainly Quincy Crew. Those guys are together for I think like a year now, so they have a very good chemistry and they're also very good players. So it would be like really crazy if we could beat them just like few months after getting this team together. And I think EG is just made up of like so many superstars that you really need something special to beat them, because you know they're second and third at major. Like this team is like really strong. I think all the players there are incredible. So you either need to be as incredible as they are, and then you may have a shot, or you know you need to have like a super good team chemistry and super good strats and knowledge of the game, and then you can maybe out-strategize them. So yeah, we didn't have either of those when we play these teams. I think that right now we're better than we were when we were playing them. So hopefully when we meet at TI, we are gonna have a better shot. I mean, what we usually did in the past is that we would like watch replays, you know, talk about Dota, talk about strategies, talk about like what we consider important, how we won the game. So we're on the same page, and we know like the path to take to win the game. And yeah, I think we'll keep doing that. But luckily now, since we qualified to TI, we might even get an organization. We're gonna like take this obviously like much more seriously than playing like other small tournaments. So hopefully at the end of the month we should like go to a bootcamp and stuff like that. We'll finally meet all of us. I think that's gonna help us like a lot. Finally, like being together, like you know, spending time with each other and stuff like that. So we'll finally meet and we will finally play without ping. So I'm looking forward to that. I think there's like a lot of factors which are gonna decide if you qualify for a tournament, because it's not only about like individual skill, right? It's like the best player or the best team doesn't always win a tournament or even like TI. In the past, like it wasn't the best team that won TI. It's like so many things inside Dota as well as outside, like mental state, stuff like that. So for me, when I was making the decision whether I want to join Undying and go to NA, or whether I want to stay in EU and play with Chicken Fighters, I considered all these factors, and I decided that like the downsides of playing it in NA are smaller than the upsides for like my personal like growth and career and stuff like that. Because even though I had to play with Pink, I had to like go to sleep at like 4 in the morning every day because I needed to adjust to the NA time zone. And like other things, I needed to adjust to the NA meta. All these things were like a sacrifice, and the upside of it was that I had like a easier route to TI right now. And yeah, I was like kinda, I guess, hoping for that. And yeah, I just saw an opportunity and I took it, I guess. So it was kind of funny story when so I don't know what was happening on the like NA side of things, but on my side of things, I was thinking about change. Like when I was playing for Chicken Fighters, I was thinking about making a change. So I reached out to both Dubu and Braille, like separately, because I thought that they're like really good players and I would maybe like want to create a team with them. And yeah, and then so I like agreed with both of them that, you know, maybe if something comes up, they can let me know. And then I'm guessing that like Moon and Dubo and Braille, like they put something together in NA and they were interested in me as an offlaner for their team, so they invited me. And yeah, like I think even in the beginning, Moon was supposed to be our coach, and like we were supposed to have a different 4, but we didn't really find anyone who would be better than Moon, so he just ended up playing with us, and I'm really glad for that, because I think Moon is like an incredible coach, but I think he's also an incredible player, so I'm really glad that, you know, he stayed with us and that we put this team together as it is right now. So I think that like unlike other teams, we tend to meme around a lot. I think like this isn't a part that people see when they watch our games, maybe a little bit. But you know, when we're in Discord, we're just like making fun, like very light atmosphere. We're not taking it like obviously like we're playing to win. We're playing our hardest, but you know, we're having fun doing it. It's like, you know, someone misses a spell, it's like copium, we're gonna make it, stuff like that. We're just using Twitch memes, everything. So yeah, I think that hopefully when we get to TI and we do more interviews and stuff like that, people will get to see this like meme-ish side of ours as well. Yeah, I think that like without Moon, we wouldn't be the team that we are right now. I think that he is the one that has done the most for our team. Not only that he like prepares all the drafts and watches all the enemies replays and stuff like that, and like still plays an amazing Dota. He also like motivates us. He goes as an example for all of us. For me, he for example, since he used to play offline, like I would spend hours with him, and he would like teach me some stuff about offline that I didn't know about before. So like he improved me as well a lot. And like on top of that, I think that to like even go a bit back to your previous question, I think like what also like makes our team is very good is that we have Moon and Dubu, who are both extremely experienced players. Dubu also has been to several TIs, and he also like has so many good ideas. So we have these two veterans of Dota who have experience, who know how to win tournaments, who know how to prepare, all of that. And then we have our like us three Zoomers, me, Enzo, and Bral, who, you know, we have the raw skill, we have the mechanical skill, we have the reflections, we have the new ideas as well. So yeah, I think it's amazing that like we have these two guys that lead us, and we try to like follow their example and, you know, complement them. So the captain is Moon, and like kinda the captain assistant is Dubu, and like since Moon is the captain, whenever we have a disagreement or anything, he has the last word, and like we follow his lead. And then like inside the game, it's mainly like depending on the game. That for example, like if it's late game, then we let Temado and Bral make the calls since they're like the fattest, and like the game depends on their heroes. Yeah, and in like mid game, it's mainly me and Moon. And in the early game, it's mainly Moon and Dubu who are making the calls. So I think when I was playing for Quincy Crew, I mean, obviously I had much less experience. I was like objectively, I would say I was like a worse player. Right now, I think I play Dota much better. But also, like I think my biggest weakness when I was playing for Quincy was that I was still kind of trying to learn. I wasn't really bringing that much to the table. Like, yeah, I wasn't really bringing that much to the table. While right now, I try to, like, I follow others' ideas and others' like plays, because I think that's like a very important thing to do in the team. But I also try to improve other people and like, you know, show my ideas and yeah, like lead the game if it's needed and if it's good. Yeah, I think like I haven't changed that much since like my life is very similar right now as it was back then. But I think one thing that I noticed that I changed a lot is that I think I'm way less toxic than I was back then, because I was like recently I was just watching some what from a stream I was doing, and I was so toxic. It was crazy. So right now I think I respect like especially pros much more. Right, because now I know how hard it is to be one and like to be on top level. So I have immense respect for everyone who has achieved like the same or more. And yeah, I think like I'm still very cocky, but I'm a bit more humble than I was back then. I mean, luckily for me, I have very supportive parents, so they let me stay with them, like during all these times. Plus, like I'm still a kid, so you know I'm still living in my old room and stuff like that. So I luckily don't have to worry about finances that much, since like I'm basically paying for only food for myself. And yeah, I mean, I don't think like having a sponsor, it's really nice having like that security in your life. But at the same time, for example, I don't really play Dota for the money. I do it just it's because it's fun and it's challenging. So from the tournaments we did play, like from the DPC, I think we won like $25,000. From BTS, we won like another 20 for team. So like the money to sustain my life and to like not have to worry about surviving for the next day, I do have. And like some money on top of that, I never really felt like I needed that. It's just a bonus. And you know, we made it to TI, so I think the investment was worth it in the end. I mean, like normally, I don't know. I was expecting that when I qualified to TI, it's gonna be some super huge thing. I'm gonna, you know, start screaming and stuff like that. But it was like, I don't know. I haven't really felt that much difference. It's just like I'm really glad for it. But yeah, and I think they were like kind of the same. They weren't here when I qualified. They came home the next day. And yeah, they were like, you know, we're really proud of you. Keep it up. And then we're talking logistics, like what's gonna happen and stuff like that. I think, you know, if I place well at TI, they should be excited, like more excited, I guess. So the way I the way I like perceive Dota and the way I play Dota is that I feel like you need like periods where you allow yourself to make mistakes and grow as a player, you know, test your limits, push your limits and stuff like that, so you know where the limits are, and then when it really matters, you can play like on the top of your game, and you know exactly like how greedy can you be and stuff like that. So when I play normal tournaments, I think like I obviously try to win, but I allow myself to make mistakes and grow as a person, like as a player, but also like as a team. That we, you know, it's the mistakes that make you a better team. So I'm not that like afraid to make mistakes if we're playing most of the tournaments. But when it comes to TI qualifiers, and I had this like last qualifiers as well, in 2019 when I was playing TI qualifiers, is that when it comes to TI qualifiers, it's everything on the line. There's no rooms for mistakes. So that's how I play. Like, it literally nothing else matters. I don't allow myself to make a single mistake. It's all the mistakes before that were fine, but like since I made all the mistakes before, I can't make any more mistakes now when the TI qualifiers come. And I think like to a certain extent, I managed to do that in the qualifiers. Yeah, I think they were. Like, even on top of that, I think even Moon is bringing in the C playstyle, since he was playing there for quite some time. So we have like a lot of really different, and Dubo also like the Asian playstyle. So we're bringing in like a lot of ideas, a lot of playstyles. And I think in the beginning, it was maybe not the best, since like we all have different ideas of how to play the game. But I think like over the time, as we used to like play together and get used to one another and like decide what playstyle is best in what scenario, I think it's really good that right now we're on the same page, but also we have the option to like tap into the different playstyles. So for example, if you want to play fast, you know, I can maybe show them like some EU moves that I would do, or Moon can show us some SEA moves, you know, stuff like that. So I think in NA people are much better at laning than from what I'm used to. Like for example in EU, especially with hero picks, I think that like in EU people pick just like random supports which are good for the game but are awful in lane, and if like when we do the same thing in NA, we get completely smashed in lanes, and then, you know, unless some miracle happens, we're gonna lose the game. So I think it's laning, but it's surprisingly also that like the playstyle there is slower, that people are like fine with farming and playing slow. I mean, so like I guess this was also like happening in the like in every TI qualifiers. Like in the SEA, the games were really slow, but I think that's also like related to the TI pressure, stuff like that. So I think overall, just NA is like mainly good lanes and just farming a lot. I think like hero changes mainly. I think heroes like X, Brute, Winter Wyvern, maybe AA are gonna get nerfed. Or carries like SabeRLighT. What else is an OP carry right now? I don't know. It's mainly SabeRLighT. Maybe Luna. So I think all these heroes should get nerfed, so it's like a bit more balanced. And I don't know. I would like. I'm hoping that there would be like a bigger patch with map changes and I don't know, all the chess. I'm really ready to like play TI on the new patch, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think they'll just tweak a few heroes, maybe like try to make the games a bit faster, like a tiny bit, but that's about it. Yeah, Aeon Disk might get nerfed as well, but I think people started to realize that Nullifier is an excellent answer to Aeon Disk, since, you know, Aeon Disk doesn't really purge Nullifier, so you just nullify him and the hero is dead. Yeah, I think so. I don't think it like necessarily made us like give us advantage against other teams, but I think winning the BTS Pro Series, like it gave us the confidence we needed. So like it improved us as a team. From what I remember, like as we were playing the BTS tournament, I think I was like playing pretty bad. As I was talking, about making mistakes in the tournaments that don't matter. I think I was like playing not that good, and like we had a little bit of friction in the team, and yeah, so I remember like we lost to 4 Zoomers in the upper bracket finals, and yeah, after we lost, we spent like, for me it was entire night. I went to sleep at like 7 in the morning, just talking about like what we're doing wrong, what we need to change and stuff. And yeah, that was like, at that point I realized that it's probably time to like go 100% and stop making mistakes. And it worked. I think we 3-0'd them or 3-1 in the grand finals. I mean, I don't know. The only friction in our team is that I think like it's when people play bad. It was especially me when I was like making a lot of mistakes. Like Bral would get angry at me. I mean, he meant it good. Like he obviously like he just wanted me to improve and like for the greater good. But he was like angry at me, and yeah. So we had to fix it. Like I was, like I wanted to fix playing bad so he wouldn't have to be angry with me. But then, for example, Mood would be angry at him because he was angry at me. So this was like a circle of anger. So I don't know. I was just feeling bad that it's like it all started with me just playing bad. But I think like after we had the talk, I think we're very nice teammate to each other, like ever since. But I mean, we always were. It was just, yeah, we all. My thoughts are that I'm really excited to see everything. It's gonna be my first TI, so yeah, I'm really excited for the hotel. Oh man, and the buffets. Jesus, I was to few lands before, and it's always the food that's the best part about every land. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then yeah, obviously like playing the best Dota we can. I hope that we surprise everyone, because I think since people think that NA is like a bad region, and we didn't drop a single game the entire qualifiers, which kinda says that either the region is like super bad, or maybe we're just good. So I think a lot of teams and a lot of people just underestimate us. So I'm hoping to prove them all wrong, and place hopefully top 1 TI. So I am excited to play the EU teams. I think Team Secret and Alliance. And I don't know, I'm a bit scared of the Chinese teams. So yeah, I would rather like dodge all Chinese teams the entire tournament, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah, I think the EU and CIS teams the most, because I played pubs with a lot of people in those teams, and when I kick them from TI, I will have a very nice feeling for all the flaming they did to me in pubs. The Chinese teams are like a Chinese pro player, and he never flamed me, so there's no bad blood. I mean, I'm fine with most of the pros, but there is a few that I have beef with. But I think like, I don't know, the Chinese players, they're just really good. They won the last 2 majors, and so yeah, it's very scary. Well, hopefully we'll get a winner from NA, so, and it's gonna be us. But if it's not us, then I don't know, depends. If because like I think if OG qualifies, then it might be OG again. Like I honestly wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I think it's gonna be probably China or NA or EU. It's like China is number one, NA number 2, EU number 3, SEA number 4. Even though I'm sure SEA can also surprise us. I think T1 is like an incredible team. That's true. Oh, also I forgot CIS. I think CIS is number 5, by the way. So it's not SEA on the bottom. It's CIS. But I think like the biggest disadvantage SEA has this international is that they only have 2 teams there, while NA has 3. I think yeah, like all the other regions have more than them. I think all except for CIS, which is also like why I'm putting them number 5. So I think that's like a very big disadvantage. And yeah, I don't know. It's just from like past TIs. I don't remember like SE teams placing that high. It's not. Yeah. So I'm just like assuming from experience. I think like they are really good, like a region, and really good players. And I think T1 is gonna place very high this TI. I don't know if they're gonna win it. Maybe they will. I think I would just like to thank our fans that like has supported us through the TI qualifiers, and I hope that we're gonna make them proud when we play at TI. And yeah, make sure to follow me everywhere and follow all the Undying guys everywhere. I'm sure we'll like do a lot of content. I think that's like one of the things we'll try to do this TI. It's just a ton of content, so make sure to not miss any of it.